QuickBooks Pro Desktop 2021 Job Sales Receipt. In other words, we're going to create a sales receipt and apply it to a job we set up in a prior presentation. Let's get into it with Intuit's QuickBooks Pro Desktop 2021. Here we are in our Get Great Guitars homepage. We currently have the Open Windows open. You could open the Open Windows by going to the View dropdown and selecting the Open Windows list. Now we're going to be creating a sales receipt. A sales receipt is going to be the type of form that's similar to an invoice, but the difference being that we would get the payment at the same point in time that we create basically the sales receipt. We're going to be applying it, however, this time to a job. That's going to be basically the new thing that we have. We set up a job in the prior presentation. To see that, we set up two jobs. We can go into the customers here, or we can go into the customer dropdown and see the customer center there. So we're going to go into the customer center, and you'll see that we have these two jobs, the Jones Guitars and Sam the Guitar Man jobs down here. So we're going to create a sales receipt, and we're going to apply it to this job, for this job 4002, which is linked to Sam the Guitar Man. It should be Sam the Guitar Man, but in any case, we're going to go we're going to go back to the home page here, and let's go ahead and do that. We're going to create a sales receipt. Now the sales receipt process is going to be the same that we basically saw in a prior presentation. In terms of what's going to be recorded. We'll take a look at that as we go through it. But anytime you make a sales receipt or any type of transaction, you do want to think about what's going to happen to the financial statements as we do so. So when we hit the drop down up top, we're going to be looking at Sam the Guitar Man. I should have changed. We're going to go to the 4002, and we're going to apply it to the job. Now note, you could just simply type in the job, and as you do so, it picks up the whole thing. And so you got to kind of be careful, because it's picking up. You're going to see Sam the Guitar Man, but the job will be at the end. So you want to be careful that you make sure you're picking up the job. So we have the job there, and it's going to be saying the undeposited funds is what's going to be increased. And so then we're going to say that's the template, and then I'll say the amount. Let's just say cash, and then it's going to happen. We'll say it's at 131.20. So let's keep that the same, Sam the Guitar Man. And it's going to be then the item we're going to say is a service item. So let's just say that we have a service item here, and I'm going to say it's a partial service item. So let's keep it at the hourly service item 2. And then we're going to say quantity is 1, and they cost $100. So there's the $100. So we picked up a service item. And this would be what you might kind of do if you were basically charging your activities, your services in like a bookkeeping company or a law company to a particular job. That job then linked to the sales receipt. And again, you might pick this up from billable items as well, tying out the billable items to the sales receipt, or tracking time either within QuickBooks or outside of QuickBooks, and then tracking that to a particular job. And so we have no sales tax on that because it's going to be a service item. What's going to be happening when we post this or record it, it's going to be increasing the undeposited funds, a cash kind of account. That's what the sales receipt form does. The other side then go into an income type of account, not the sales item, but the service income. And then there's no effect on inventory or anything such as that. So we're going to say save and close, and let's check it out. Note that if I go to the customer center here, and I go into that job detail, then changing the dates. So we should be on the second job down here, 4002, and then we'll see the data. Notice I'm on the next fiscal year here, because I need to be in 2021. So make sure you're in 2021, and then you'll see basically your data here. I'm going to change the name for Sam to Sam. While I'm here, I'm going to double click on Sam and change it to Sam up top. So let's change that to Sam. And then I'm going to say OK. So there we have that. And then let's go up to our reports drop down. We're going to go to the company and financial down to the balance sheet. Change the dates on the balance sheet with the custom report up top, changing the dates from 01/01/21 to 12/31/21, January to December 2021, and OK. And then we have the undeposited funds going up by that $100, double clicking on that $100 We see the 100 there for the sales receipt, the indication of the type of form being the sales receipt. Double clicking in on that, there is our sales receipt. Closing this back out. Closing this back out, the other side of that's going to go into the income statement or profit and loss. Reports drop down, company and financial, P&L, profit and loss, the first item up top. Changing the dates up top from 01/01/21 to 12/31/21. There we have it. Now we have the sales items. That's going to be our merchandise. The service items under income are going to be our sales. Let's double click on that. And there we have our $100 once again for the sales receipt. Closing this back out. And then we're going to go back to the balance sheet. Notice you can also break out an income statement by job, so you can track the information per job. So if I go to the reports drop down and go to the jobs, time, and mileage, and or if I go to, let's go to the P&L again, and let's go to the profit and loss by job, profit and loss by job down here, and then we'll change the dates up top from 01/01/2021 to 12/31/21, and so there we have it. So now we've got our employees up top, and then you have our job broken out. So you can see this individual job breaking out the activity per job. So the $100 in the service item there. Notice you can collapse these items as well. So now you just see the customers, and then if you want to break out the jobs per the customers, you hit the plus button, and you can get that job breakout. So again, we will work a lot more with this report with our job cost course. So if you want to take a job cost course, you'll see this kind of information more. So I'm going to go back though. Let's do it again here. Let's go back to the customer center and the home page, and let's go to the 3005 then. So let's create a job now for this job 3005, or a sales receipt for this job. Same process. I'm going to go back to the home page, and we're going to say we want to create a sales receipt. So we're going to create a sales receipt, and then you can hit the drop down and find it, or you can just simply type in 3005. So it's going to be Jones Guitars. This is a job connected to Jones Guitars, and it's going to come undeposited funds. We're going to say let's do the cash again, 13121. All right, and then the item, let's say this is going to be a partial. This can be service. Let's make it service item 1 this time, and let's say we had 10 there, so that's going to be 10 there. So we have that, and here it is. So it's going to apply out to that job. What's going to happen here then, it's a sales receipt. So it's going to be increasing the undeposited funds, which is a form of cash. The other side is going to go to the income statement, which will be the service item rather than the inventory item. Nothing's happening to inventory because it is a service item, and therefore also no sales tax is being applied either. So we're going to say save and close. I'm going to uncheck these two before doing that again, then save and close. And so there we have it. If I go to the customer job center, or the customer center, we can see up top. So there's that information there. We can see it in the detail for that particular job if you're in the 2021 date range. And then if we go to the balance sheet, we're going to see that in the undeposited funds, double clicking on the undeposited funds, we now see that 1,400. Double clicking on that item, we see our sales receipt. Closing that back out, closing this back out, the other side being on the profit and loss, the P&L. Let's look at the standard P&L first. It's going to be in the service items, so we're going to double click on the service items. There's the 1,400 again, closing that back out. We also see it in the P&L by job, so now we see Jones Guitars, and we have the breakout of the P&L by job, so we can track the activity that is going to that particular job. Let's see where we are at this point in time. Here's the balance sheet. If you're checking your work, and you can check out your overall numbers here on the balance sheet. Here's the profit and loss or income statement that we stand at this point. Let's open up the trial balance. That's the best thing to check your numbers, in my opinion. Easiest thing to use, at least. We're going to go to the accounting and taxes trial balance. Change the dates up top from 01/01/21 to 12/31/21, January through December 2021. There is our trial balance.